Right, it started without me pressing go, so I'll take that as a sign to get going. So, hello, welcome if you're new. Where is that book? Wait a minute, I'm going to pause this. Right, I've got it. Sorry, I'm kind of dishevelled. I was literally crying for hours last night. So, and welcome if you're here all the time, of course, as well. What's going on here? I'm not sure if I like this. I used a different sleep roller. It is alright. It's nice, bigger sort of waves, but my hair goes like that naturally. I suppose it's more defined. Right, so I just took them out before I'd done this. So, yeah, so basically, long and short of it was I was crying because if you see the community tab, because what day is today? Today's Thursday, so I'll put this out Saturday. This is first Saturday, so this will go out either late Friday night or Saturday. Basically, the long and short of it was like an amazing astrologer that I've followed for, I was trying to work out, it's got to have been at least 10 years. I think it is about 10 years. And at one point, I would watch him every day. Like he done, and again, I don't like that's even upsetting. That's kind of weird saying in the past tense. I'm still in a bit of shock. Again, it's weird, isn't it? Like, remember when this happened before? I don't know what I've done with my makeup, but I've done something. I think it's just, do you know what it is? I think it's just, this yellow washes me out. I've just put it on because I'm kicking about. I was just going to film these, and I don't even know how I managed to put makeup on, to be honest. I could have just done it without makeup anyway. I put it on. So maybe make me feel a little bit better, because like I said, this is a special day for me for other reasons. I like to, oh my god, I just picked up on a best friends could be significant here. But yeah, I always just like to honour this day of someone in spirit. And now I'm being drawn everything that reminds me of it. But basically, and again, I'm really private with stuff like I don't even usually say it, so I'm just just whatever. So I don't know, it was a bit weird. Like I was already, May is a really historically horrible month that I just basically have like made an association with May being not very, sorry, my words are going funny, with May not being a good month. And then that's why I said in that post, it's interesting because the day my niece was born nearly landed on a rough anniversary, but it was the day before. So it's like I do believe she came to sort of right in May for me, because it's the other things that are upsetting for me, it doesn't directly, affect people close around me. So, but it's just, and also a lot of these passings were a long time ago. But I'm astrologer, so I remember dates of everything, and I remember birthdays, and I've always been that way. And also the thing is like the body remembers, the body does remember. So it doesn't matter how long ago something was. And even when you've done a lot of healing and trauma release and all these different types of things in therapy, you still remember things. So for anyone else, that might resonate with that, be kind to yourself. Because I always am. Like, I mean, at one point I actually used to take a couple of weeks off in May. Like, that's how much I'm just like, and I'm not the same now, but I have blocked off a few days where I'm like, maybe a bit sensitive. But just the long and short of it, I don't want to like, go on about the whole time, but I'm in shock. Like it's I said this before when that guy died. I can't remember if it was I think it was a couple of years ago. Guy I used to watch, Darren, who, like I said, he was a wee bit older than me, but he wasn't he wasn't old, you know. It's too young for him to die, and it's definitely too young for them both to die. But this guy Gregory was not that much older than me. I'm just trying to think, if I'm 41, I don't even know if he was 5 years older than me. I think he was only like a couple of years older. I don't know exactly what age, but I mean, very young and very talented and very humble and very grounded. And like I said, like, even though I'm just, you know how honest I am, like, I had fallen out of resonance like the last couple of years for one reason or another, and I'm not going to really go into all of that, but I did sense something different. You know, if you've watched somebody for years, but anyway, the point is, I always sensed an innate sadness in him, and he didn't seem to see how amazing he was, even though people tell him every day, and you know, like, he was too humble, is what I would say. Typical Virgo, like, you know, but just very, yeah. And like I said, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just really sad that it's too young. But I would be lying if I said I didn't feel something like this was going to happen. I kept not. I think that's why I'd stopped watching. I kept getting a bad feeling every time I did watch something. I was like, I kept getting a bad feeling. And they don't, you know, from what I saw in the comments, like, they don't know, and you know, so we'll just leave it. We'll just leave it at that. But it's like, I'm not surprised. Like, I didn't have a good feeling about the future for him. Like, I'm just being honest. But I prayed whenever I saw. I was like, oh, something, this doesn't seem right. It's very sad. So again, I don't know, some of you might have even watched him as well, but it's like I said, I'm like very much in my own private wee world with people that I watch on YouTube. That's a typical Scorpio rising thing, like Scorpio rising conjunct Pluto. But I did literally used to watch him, whether it was in the morning or, you know, getting up later. He would be like part of my, you know what I mean, like getting ready, doing my hair, put my makeup on, or going walking along the beach, or when I was feeling really shit, like, his voice really grounded me. When I was feeling really happy, but oh yeah, I'm going to tune a great, you know what I mean? It's like you, and that's why I'm saying it is a weird feeling, because I remember being like this about Darren. You feel like a bit weird for grieving, because you're like, oh, I didn't really even know them. But you do, if you've watched somebody for 10 years, they are a part of you, you know what I mean? He's a part of my, it's quite interesting, because Virgo is the 6th house, which is routine and ritual. He was a part of my everyday experience for like the best part of 10 years. Like, so for a good solid 8 years, I would tune in, because it's like, he would do astrology videos, and I just loved it because he's so fucking different from me. Like, he's so grounded, and again, I've got a very grounded part too. My Mercury and Taurus in the house of Virgo, but which I said to him when we met on the Zoom. I feel that's why I feel that part of me really connected, like, because I am so, you know, just very high frequency. Like, I felt the way that he practically explains it is just very grounding. And like I said, I'm just so, like, I'm so grateful for myself that I did book that. Like, I looked at my emails, and it was November 2021. And like I said, that was a horrible year of a lot of change for me, particularly the breakdown of a lot of people close to me, just like, you know, just, yeah, wasn't, you know, had to not be around people and stuff. So it was, you know, I felt particularly really quite alone. But again, I'm always really grateful that I had you guys. Look at this mess behind me. What's all that? It's just fucking sad, guys. What can I say? It's really sad. And it freaked me out, because I was literally just like, I've put all this in the post, but I was kind of getting ready to settle down and go to sleep, and I don't know something, but I do feel it was him influencing me. It was my guides and it was God, but I do feel it was his influence because I don't believe in coincidence. Like, because I felt it, and I was so upset that I'm like, yeah, that was definitely me connecting with him. Like, I was thinking, I need to just focus on live streams because that's where all the views are. And like, although I like doing these standalone videos, like, nobody else seems to like them. Not nobody, but not many people like them as much as what the live streams. But again, I don't really. Sometimes I enjoy doing live streams, and when I say every day, it's Tuesday to Friday for me because that's my working week. But sometimes I really don't want to do that because I'm in total hermit mode. So if I choose to go down that route, but usually for me it's like 1 month I do, 1 month I don't. But on the month I don't, what I would do is I think I'll premiere chats and stuff. But anyway, it was just something that I was guided to. I was looking. But the thing is, I never know because it's like the views are all a fucking load of they're all bullshit. I see it's bullshit on other people's channels. I feel it. I see it on mine. I see the views being one and then they roll back, and then the likes are one. You know, the likes are like 12 1 minute and then they're 7 the next, and it's like, what are people just like? No, it's they're fucking. You know what I mean? It's fucking illusion, confusion, spiritual warfare, all this kind of stuff. Not just to meet on loads of people, and but yeah, it was just crazy that I was just having the thought, and then I was like, oh yeah, that's what Gregory said a few years ago. Like, I would just focus on live streams. Like, you'd be bored doing like recording a video yourself. And I was like, well, actually, I said I do find it therapeutic. I like filming a video myself, but you're not wrong. Like, that is very right. I do love the interaction with people, and it always blends into the video. And do what makes you happy. Be with those who make you smile. I'm being drawn to a candle thing on the wall there, and that's, you know, I'm just sending prayers and appreciation and hoping his soul is at peace now, because yeah, I don't think I'd be speaking out of turn to say he didn't look happy or well in some of these recent videos, especially the last shorts I saw. I was like praying for him. I didn't. He looked something's not. But anyway, I don't want it. I'm not. This isn't about detective over what happened there. I'm sure I'll be guided to see what conclusion is. It's just really, really sad. And he worked so hard every single day. He was a Virgo. Again, he was triple earth. I'm just trying to remember what. I know he was a Virgo sun. I think he might have even been like a Virgo sun. I think it was a Virgo sun, Capricorn moon, Virgo rising, or Virgo sun, Virgo moon, Capricorn rising, something like that. I'm just trying to think if he was triple Virgo. He wasn't. It was. I think it was a Capricorn moon he has, but I might be wrong about that. I just know he was triple earth, and but it was just the Virgo thing. He had stuff out every day. He would have a full moon and a new moon video, and a which I think he might have. Well, no, actually, he was still doing that. Yeah, he was doing a full moon and new moon video, and he always had like a daily tarot video, which I think he stopped at. Again, maybe they just weren't coming up with a thing, but this is what he always typically done. And yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was, because it was a mixture. Because you see, when I had that session with him, it was to have my chart read, but it was also he was really good with like practical sort of ideas and stuff. And he was like, he didn't realize I was already doing it, you see. And he was like, focus on this and this, and it is things I've focused in on. But yeah, like I said, the things I quoted were the things that really stuck out to me. The thing about live stream, and he was like, I wouldn't do anything else. And and he said, you didn't even need to book this. He's like, you've read your chart to a T. But I was just kind of like, well, thanks, but I like other people's insight. I've not done that a lot, but I was like, I like to hear other people's insights because it's so interesting. Everybody does it differently, looks differently, and sometimes you do. Sometimes it is very good to hear. It's nice to hear something back from somebody that you respect in the same field, and it heals something in you. I'm busy dishing out all this, kind words and encouragement and cheerleading to everyone else. It's been nice. Like, he's one of the people that has been able to give that back to me, and I'm glad that I gave that to myself, because imagine I hadn't done it and I'd put it off. And because, you know, it wasn't, I can't remember it, you know, it's not, I think maybe just a wee bit more than what my stuff caught, because it was a few years ago now. I think it was either about the same or a wee bit, no, it was maybe a wee bit more than that. But again, there was absolutely no regrets about that. It was, and that's what I remember I said that the other week there, that like my guides woke me up saying, when you spend money on people that you really respect and you're grateful for all the stuff that they've been putting out, it feels good. Because I've done that recently, like I said, with one of the girls I got a reading off recently, and it's more than a reading. She's like, you know, I'm not going to say she's like me, because it's like there are things that are similar. We've both got Pluto and Scorpio, but there's things that are, you know, we're totally different. She's got different placements, but, and again, I don't watch her every day either. Like, I would love to, but it's just I would never get anything done. But I'll watch when I'm guided to. Whenever I do, it's exactly what I need to hear. But when I saw she was doing personal readings, like, I'm like, boom, I'm there. My past self wants that. And again, it was so helpful. It was really helpful, and it was like therapy. And that's what people say about marriage. So I mean, and it felt good. But it's, I know that you know, it's a lot of you won't spend that money on people, whether it be with me or with anyone. And I'm just sort of sharing. It does, when you get into that energy, it does feel good, you know. But for me, I know it's a little bit different. Like, I don't go out and spend my money on nights out and that anymore. And you know what I mean? It's like, if I'm not going to be doing that to better my business and for my own, you know, personal, you know, growth, then I'm going to be buying more cards that I don't need. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm just focused on, I'm focused on paying off debt rather than racking it up. So I'm trying to get addicted to doing that rather than like, oh, I'll just get this on Amazon. Oh, I'll just get that. You know what I mean? And being a hermit is, you know, can be challenging, but yeah. So I don't know. I'm just sharing. You know, I can't lie. When somebody dies in my personal life, you won't see me for ages. Hopefully that's no time soon, but that's typically what I've always been like. I really go into myself, and I just, again, I find this one a weird one, but I was taking some time off anyway. Yes, I know I'm filming this, but I'm not putting it out today. I don't know. So it's like I'm filming this and then that's it. I've got something nice for myself actually, quite soon. Well, you know, in about an hour, and I'll stop talking about it because I'm going to start crying. So if you stayed to watch this, and you know, thanks, because yeah, it's upsetting. A special man, and if any of yous happen to watch him too, then you know, I hope you're all right, because it is the lower world. Oh, there we go. Look, that's that's the first card, and that's, you know, I don't want this to keep tying into what I've just spoke about, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I can sense when someone's not happy, and because a lot of time he'd say, you know, but he was very practical. You can go and have a wee look. His channel will still be there, but and the thing is, I actually don't have his tarot deck, and I was like, I'm gonna go get that. You know, I feel like I want to have it, because I kept being like, oh, well, I get look, like, do you know what I mean? And then I forget about it, and on Amazon it's in Spanish, and then there's another one. I'm like, where's the English version? So I was looking on eBay and stuff, but some of them, it's like, there's the cheap ones are like $6.99, and that's the fake ones. And I'm not getting the fake one. I want the real one, but it doesn't seem to be very easy to get. And now, unfortunately, that he's died, that could actually be even more difficult to get your hands on. So, but Gregory, if you can feel me and you're like, you know, help me, help me find your deck to, because again, it's like, I'm not kidding. It's like, I do feel he will, I'm not saying he'll come in all the time, but I think he will come in now and again, because it's like he'll be able to feel in the spirit world like how much respect I had for him. I know it's really sad, guys, but there is, you know, this is, again, like I said not long ago, I said, what would you do if you woke up tomorrow and your favourite YouTuber just wasn't putting out a video and they just never turned up again? Or you got news that they died or something? I literally said that a few days ago, and the thing is, I was trying to trace it back, and I was like, please don't tell me I said that and I think I did. I'm sure it was in the Virgo reading I said it. If it wasn't in the Virgo one, it was in something round about then. And it was pretty, because it was quite strong, it was quite full on. Maybe it was in a Capricorn moon, actually, it seems to ring a bell. Oh, maybe it's in the Capricorn one, because I haven't watched, the only one I've watched back is Virgo. But I just remember saying it, and it felt quite, and I must have been saying it literally when he died, and I didn't know. I can't even stress to you the shock that I was like, what? Because that's not his partner. It's, when I watched it again, it's his former partner. And that's what I'm sad about too. I mean, you know, I don't know his personal life, but like I'd always wondered if he was a twin flame, if I'm honest. Because I connected like so strongly, you know what I mean? And also because I'd met him on the chart again, I don't know. Anyway, see, I'm going to keep going into that. So, but I'll just, like, I mean, I'm going to keep going off into daydream land, so I'll get on with this. So, again, like I said, thank you for listening to me. I'll put a timestamp. Again, most of the people that listen to me, you are going to watch it because you're my soul family. And if one of you is upset, I feel it for you. Even if you don't let me know, I can tune in. I'll be like, God, I wonder what's going on. You know what I mean? I've connected with that many people over the past 10 years plus. But I'm just letting you know, you know, you might feel that from me for a while. You know, I'm not. It's a weird one because, like I said, how interesting is it that I feel my guides pulled me away from watching them just the last few years because they knew what was going to happen. You know what I mean? But like I said, on some level, I knew it. I did know. Just because of some of the things he'd said and stuff, like how do I know anything? I just knew. Because again, I don't, you know, I'm not going, it didn't go that way, if you know what I'm saying. As far as I'm aware, I think he was just, I think somebody found him unresponsive. So that's, yeah, very, very sad. Prayers for his friends and family. And like I said, all his soul family. I don't like the word subscribers for that. It's his soul family, which I consider myself part of. Like I said, I like literally never commented, but I always liked his videos if I watched them, because I always like everybody's videos if I watch them, even if it's not my message. And long before I was doing this consistently, because I just think that person's taking energy to do that. And some days, and because he done it every day, some days he would be feeling like shit. And he wouldn't let you know. Other times he would, but not like me. That's what I'm saying. He's not like me. He wasn't like raw and real. He would, but he was honest and he was him. And that's why I always like to say that is I don't just like people that are like me because there's only one of me. Like, you know what I mean? I enjoy people that are like actually nothing like me, that are different. But I like people that are also like blunt and raw and everything too. And like I said, because like I'm saying, like I'm not just saying this, but I'm like, I wouldn't say he didn't like me, but I'd say it was kind of like a bit like, you know, I remember I spoke to him on the Zoom on my laptop in my bed, and like I said, I wasn't feeling too good at this time because I think it would have been November time, and I don't like November either really. Scorpio season, and yeah, I just feel like I was too excited. You know, it was weird. It was like me. I don't ever get starstruck, but I was like, you know, I should. In hindsight, I should have grounded more. But again, it was like we got on really well, and like I said, he read my chart, and then I told him what I meant, and then he was just kind of like, God, he was like, you're really good. He was like, why have you booked this? And I was like, well, because you're really amazing, and I'm just really appreciate how hard you work, and just like I said, and all your insights and stuff. And yeah, I'm going to keep repeating myself. Right, so the card in the West represents a part of you that needs to die. It's an old story that needs to be let go of so that you may find a new meaningful story for your life. But you know, another side note is like, yeah, we are living in a time where lots of people are going to choose to exit. You know what I mean? The energy is intense, and so who knows on a spiritual level. But I'm just acknowledging that it's very sad and it seems far too young. And all I know is Twinflame or not, I hope he finds his true love. In another life, I don't know what, you know, I mean, I don't, again, you know, who knows his true love, again, and if his true love is on this side of life, then we're praying for them, but I don't know. We didn't. I spoke about being a Twinflame healer, but he's that private, he wouldn't have said, but again, neither here nor there now, is it? The serpent just jumped out, so that's quite interesting. We've got the lower world and the serpent, and we're in the year of the snake, which is about change and transition. I know what it is, it's my eyeshadow. I don't know if I'm lighting that. See, I don't really suit yellow, it's not my colour, do you know what I'm saying? No, the old yellow isn't for me. Too pale, but I'm just kicking about the house. So, the card in the North represents the wisdom that you need to acquire. You've learned the lessons from the South and the West. What wisdom is ready to mature within you? What is the great medicine that you're ready to embrace? What are the deeply buried treasures that have become available to you? Oh, wait a minute, I just need to... I'm going to pause this. Right, so for that one, we've actually... This always happens when I do that. Not always, but I'd say like nearly every time, bar about 2 times, and I've done this. No, 2 or 3 times, and I've been doing this for months. The medicine wheel bit's in reverse. So we'll see what that's about. And then the last one, the card in the East represents your possible destiny, the way that you'll share your treasures and gifts with others. So again, I know I keep saying that there's... Oh, that was just lying on its own. I think that's the one. Yeah, what's on the bottom? The crow. So again, wisdom that... Oh, so again, I'm saying because, you know, crows are amazing too, right? But there's just something I've associated with a crow as being like an older female that's not supportive, because crone, and they're pulling me at the crow oracle there. I don't know, the box is there. I don't know where the cards are right now, and now we've got the owl. So I mean, that could... God, this is an interesting message, but that could be somebody battling with like their own shadow and their own wise self. So that could be somebody that's in conflict with themselves. So that could be somebody watching, or that could be somebody around you that, you know, they've got good in them, but they could be coming from the shadow. So we'll just see how this comes. Because again, everybody's got the potential to do that. Right, let's get a wee bit of context on this. So I can't remember what I said for the shorts, and I can't actually even remember what... Yeah, because if today's Thursday, well, I do... Today's one I was guided to release it early, you know, it's karmic breakups and stuff, so I don't know, Friday's probably more of the same. So basically it feels like that's going on right now, so it feels like there's a lot of karmic breakdowns in marriages, or just, you know, relationships, or... So if that's not you, you know, it's... this doesn't come up yet in this, but let's just see. Oh my god, right, yeah. Cloudy judgment, illusions, unbalanced, distorted. So yeah, that's come out... Well, actually, that bit when I shuffled before I started filming, that came out. So this is, basically I do feel that there's either divine masculines, male or female, that are still stuck in illusions, and like, you know, when they or you come out of it, you know, you'll know the truth. But for a huge wave of masculines, like, you already know the truth, and I feel there's a huge heartbroken, devastating energy going on. I feel like a part of me is missing without you. So let's put them there. And also, this is for a Libra moon, so love, peace and harmony. But actually on the Saturday, wait a minute, and my calendar's on August, so there could be something significant about August. See, my calendar's got a mind of its own, it keeps doing that. Yeah, oh yeah, no wonder. Saturday, well, no, it's 2 minutes to 9 at night in the UK on Saturday, on tonight as you're watching this, or whenever it's Saturday, it goes into Scorpio moon. So like I said, this is always when I protect my energy more. I'll be protecting my energy in case anyone wants to do the workshop on Monday. I'm not too fussed if nobody. Again, I'm sure I'll be fine to do it. If I'm not, I'll let you know. But I'm not too fussed if it doesn't go ahead because, like I said, that news has upset me. But at the same time, I would take that opportunity to release, you know, whatever stuff I've got hanging about. And but yeah, if I'm feeling up to it, I'll do a live. I feel like it's more going to be the live stream in public. Like I'll do live healings, but only if I feel up to it, which I should be. But yeah, but that's making sense now why the lower world and the serpents come out. That is so Scorpio moon. And remember, Scorpio moon is when a lot of dark stuff can be done in the world. So like I always say, if you are Scorpio moon, it's very psychic, it's a good psychic detective. It can be like a good healer too. But again, it's like you would have to work on your own shadow like anybody does to not go into the darkness of. But I'd actually say that for any Scorpio placements. It's like I say all the time, like my Pluto and Scorpio in the 12th house. That's why I help with shadow integration and shadow work, because I had to completely keep looking at how I self-sabotage. I had to look at my own traits I didn't like and all that, and come to peace with it and integrate and accept myself. So, but like I said, somebody that wasn't doing that work and clearing your own trauma and your own pain and your own shit stuff that's happened to you, that would be a whole different person. So that's what it matters, you know. That's why I love astrology and why I'm always stressing good therapy and coaching and all different types of things, and also advocating for don't stop it. Like go to other healers, go to other counselors, go to other astrologers, like get a more rounded view. You know what I mean? Because I think that's the problem. Some people get stuck in their ego and be like, oh, I know it all and I don't need to go to other people for this, that and that. No. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's interesting, but also other people can have good insight into things that you can't see for yourself. That's what twin flames are about, after all. You know, yin and yang. You're very similar in some ways, and you're very different in others. Right, okay. What else? Conversation. I want to call you and hear your voice. Yeah, I do feel that. Like, I feel there's a lot of... Wait a minute. I feel there's intense conversations coming about either the confusion this person is still in, spiritual awakening stuff, or that they were in. Broken, shattered, heartbroken and destroyed. Oh my god. So and it's at 33 minutes. I look so serious, so let's not get any more. Someone wants to close the distance. Separation, space, blockage. Somebody doesn't want this blockage anymore. They've had a come to Jesus moment. What? So let's just see, for anyone that's ready, and I feel this best friends thing's significant. True friends stick together no matter what. So again, either this person needs a true friend in you, or you need that, and it feels like your twin flame, but take it as it resonates. It could be about other things. What's a block for the divine feminine? All the divine feminines that resonate with this, and the masculine feminine side. Retreating. Your fear of being hurt has made you retreat. It's time to get out and try again. Wow. I think that might be, you know what I mean? Like that's, I mean, 100% that's the feminine, whether you're female or male. And again, it's not just the hurt that you've received from the, you know, being on the receiving end of the masculine. It's the hurt from the karmic people. You know what I mean? Like again, it all hurts, doesn't it? We can't compare pain. It's like what I'm saying about I'm allowing myself to be upset about Gregory. I'm not going to, you know, be like, oh, you know, get over it. You didn't even know him or anything, because like, and anybody else that's upset about him or when anything like this happens, because it's like, again, like, I don't like to turn it around to be like that, but it's kind of true. It's like, I know there's some people that watch me that haven't got like anybody, like they've not got their family anymore, they've not got a partner, they've not got kids, you know, but whatever like this has been something that they look forward to, you know. And people used to say that to me on Facebook and mainly on Facebook and Instagram, but that, you know, like some of the nicest comments were like, you know, a day without Claire's like a day without the sunshine and stuff. And I remember all these kind of things, you know what I mean? And or like I say all the time, like people tell me like a lot, you know, different people, male and female, will say that, well, some people have over the years, some people have basically said that like they don't think they would be here if it wasn't for the stuff that I put out. So obviously that is, you know, I don't have words for it, you know, it's humbling, but it's company as well, you know, like people, we're humans need other humans. And so yeah, although I'm prone to retreating anyway, you know, I like a lot of time, you know, I have got my humans too that I like to be around when I want to be around people. But I do feel this is a masculine too. I do feel like from the cloudy judgment, I feel people have retreated from being hurt. Oh, this is pretty deep. Right, what have we got for... And again, it is, I feel I'm tapping into the Scorpio moon, which we're not in yet, because it's a Scorpio full moon. So the Scorpio full moon's exact on the Monday night, but we're in the Scorpio moon Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So take a deep breath. You shouldn't be drowning on your own. So if you feel you're sinking into deep, deep water, I'll be patient with you. I won't, and don't you know, I won't let go. I'm not remembering all the words, but it's Justin Bieber. Cold water. Everybody gets shy sometimes. Is it shy? Everybody gets hurt sometimes, you know. Take a deep breath and let it go. You shouldn't be drowning on your own. And if you feel you're sinking into the... You know what I mean? I like that song. So I feel, but again, it just popped into my head there when I was saying that. So, because what I said, boundaries. You need to hold good boundaries so you don't feel violated. So very important, and that's what we're all around about here. So Divine Masculine has boundaries. I feel Divine Masculine is trying to set those boundaries in their life from recognising where their cloudy judgment, you know, got them into hot water, got you into hot water and has left them broken, or where they've disrespected your boundaries, I feel, if you're the feminine. But again, I feel it's people have disrespected the masculine's boundaries too, male and female. And whether you're male or female, whether they're romantic, family, friends, work, blah, 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 you know, all that. And this is also the feminine's masculine side, because that would be your boundaries and your discernment and other things. So, strong messages, right? Okay, so quickly read these because I've taken a while to say that. So, right, so for the first one, we have the serpent is the life force of Mother Earth. The coiled serpent, the Kundalini, brings passion, healing, and renewal. That's Scorpio full moon. The good things about it. She offers us the fruit of the tree and knowledge of the Garden Eden, and reminds us to shed the past the way she sheds her tired old skin. Serpent comes to offer you the forbidden fruit that will set your passion and creativity free. The forbidden fruit, though, and it's a Scorpio full moon. Often in these twin flame connections, as you will all know because you're on it, unless you're one of the lurkers, there's something forbidden about it. And sometimes some of the placements that either of you have got or both of you have got can make that worse. So yeah, that's why it's so important to know your astrology, because some people let these dominating placements rule their life when it's like, you know, you might be making a bigger deal out of it than what it actually needs to be. But some of you, there'll be real things in the way. But like, for instance, I've spoke about this loads, but like having Venus in any sign in the 12th house can do that. It can make you fantasize and daydream about somebody, but feel like you're not allowed to have them. When in reality, you maybe you could, you know, especially if you're true twin flames. But I don't know who's going to resonate with that. But there's loads of other placements. I love all of that. I've noticed it in people's chart. Like, I don't love that it happens, but I love when I recognise it. Because I can help people. Like, I've helped a lot of women with that, and I've helped a lot of men with that. Like, you're telling yourself it's never going to happen, but it's a story that it's not helping you. So that's an old wound you need to let go of. Did I read? Yeah. The serpent power of the Kundalini is stirring within your chakras, which is what's happening with the twins, definitely on a Scorpio full moon, gently asking you to embrace its mystery. Shed those skin that you've been so attached to and welcome the vulnerable pink underbelly that will bring you a fresh experience in your life. That's definitely for the masculines. Your passion and sexuality are awakening, and this can be scary. Trust the wisdom of the serpent to transform your sensual energies into beautiful original manifestation. And of course, we're in Taurus season, which is about sensual. It's about the senses. So yes, there's going to be a physical manifestation of a lot of these sacred unions, because the 8th house to me, which is Scorpio energy, is the sacred union, the sacred sexual union. So it doesn't mean the sacred sexual union's happening for everybody. But God, the world will feel it if it is. A lot of twin. Again, there will be a lot happening, but because again, that love ripples out into the world, because it is twin flame love. Twin flame sex is powerful. Full stop. But the card in the West represents a part of you that needs to die. It's the old story that needs to be shed. So that is this. Oh fuck! Have I done it again? That's the one I just read. So that's the part that needs to be shed, which makes sense because it was about shedding. So the 31, just be careful because I just used that word shedding. I'm not getting into all of that, but you know, if you're soaking up other people's stuff, just make sure that you're doing things to clear your energy. Dandelion tea is a good one, nettle tea, other things. If you get what I'm saying, you can ask me, but like, you know, book a session. The lower world, and if you are unwell from that, if you get me. The lower world holds the hidden treasures of humanity. It is a place of rich, fruitful darkness where we can find the disowned parts of ourselves and abandoned aspects of our psyche. That's basically where I spend most of my time helping people. It reminds me of the film. Oh, and this is really interesting, actually. What Dreams May Come, because in that there's a bit about twin souls, but look, some of it is really pretty dark. Remember, I'm a bit of a scaredy cat. It's funny, I'm not a scaredy cat in the spiritual energy realms. I'm actually pretty scary, and that's why we don't get shit. We don't get shit on this. We don't get shitty comments on that because I protect the space, and if we do, they'll be out. But we don't get them. Do you know what I mean? Because honestly, I'm not. Cross my heart, hope to die. I hardly ever get comments that, like, I'm not hiding them. They just don't come through because people feel the energy. Again, if you try it, they'll get deleted anyway. So, but you know what I mean? If people try to be white, but it's like, I've got a strong spirit in that way. Like, I've been through a lot of stuff, so it takes a lot to break me. I'm not saying I don't have shitty times, because like I said, I've just been fucking talking for the past 20 minutes about crying last night about that, but because I'm a softie too, but it's like, you know, I'm prepared for a lot more times like this, unfortunately. Like, I feel a lot of us might see people online and in our actual lives, you know, choosing to exit the times we're in, however, whatever ways. But like, I need to stay grounded basically because I'm prepared for all of this, but it's still upsetting. Yeah, the lower, but anyway, I'm mentioning that because when I got a reading from that person, they mentioned the film really quickly, and it's kind of like, you know, when it's somebody that's really busy, so it's like, unfortunately, that's what's a bit of a shame when it's some of these bigger channels. There's not, you know, she's not got time to chit chat back and forth in emails. I did send an email just because there was a really funny synchronicity where she'd said something about something, and there was a picture of something. Anyway, it's cryptic, but she's not replied. So I think it's just because she's that busy. But the thing is like, yeah, and I respect that. You know, people are busy, but I actually do when I have had a Zoom, I like to hear back. So if you have cool synchronicities in that, or any, if you just want to, again, like I said, within reason, because that card said boundaries. I can't go back and forwards on emails willy nilly because boundaries. And I am a counsellor and a healer and everything. It does take up my energy. And especially not the weekends. Friday, Saturday, Sunday especially, that's my time, and even Monday really. So I usually, from Friday night to Tuesday, is, you know, that time, the weekend, that's mine, and I reply to emails on the Tuesday. Sometimes I will reply soon, but, you know, typically speaking, if you're waiting and it's the weekend, then, you know, I'll get back to you on the Tuesday, but unless I have a really busy Tuesday, of course. But But yeah, anyway, that girl mentioned that film, and I knew she'd mentioned it because I always, that always, when I watched it when I was younger, it really spoke to me. And when I watched it more recently, I remember channeling about the film because it's like he literally journeys into hell to save his wife. So I feel that is the divine feminine helping the masculine in the in the spiritual, like knowing it's going to get dark, but you go to the lower world because you want to shine the light to help this person. But ultimately, it's watch it yourself. It's sad because it's like she has to save herself, but God, he tries his damn hardest. Um, but yeah, watch it yourself. But yeah. It's about soul retrieval. The lower world is the place of our ancestors where we discover the gifts and lessons of the past, the realm of the collective unconscious, where we can meet our demons and transform them into pure energy source of our personal power. Because like I said, this channel is about empowering your divine feminine, your divine masculine, and helping you with soul retrieval to have you rising like the phoenix. That's what I've had written in my thing for years. And but I help you empower yourself. I've got the tools here. I've done these videos, but unless people actually watch the soul retrievals, watch the shamanic journeys, and then do the actions that are guided to heal your trauma, the parts that are disassociated from the things that happened in your life, change won't happen. You've got to do the work. And that's sometimes sadly where I see people they don't want to, you know what I mean? And they'd rather just complain about things and be in victim mode or poverty consciousness. And it gets to a point where it's like, you got to just, if that's you, I pray for you to get out of that. But there are people to help, I've been there myself, but I'm not there now and I'm not getting dragged down into the lower world, you know what I'm saying? You've got to rise people up to the middle world at least, but even the upper realms, you know what I mean? The upper world in this deck. It's time to unearth your hidden treasures. Do not make yourself small in order for others to like or accept you. Yeah, and it's like I say all the time, when you're confident and you're good at what you do and you've moved through the darkness, other people will try and tear you down by gossiping, slandering, or trying to make you feel shit when you're actually feeling pretty good, all this kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's why, to be honest, it's why I'm actually not really a big fan of sharing when something has upset me like this, because I don't, like I shared that video more recently, like I am big on empathy, not sympathy. Like, so I don't want people to feel sorry for me that I'm upset about Gregory, because there'll be so many more people, but I am honouring that. I don't need people. I'm honouring that for myself. I'm just sort of sharing it because I wanted to share, why, if I might seem like I was a wee bit kind of, I mean, I was having time off. I could have kept it to myself, but I'm just not like that. I can't keep it to myself. It has upset me. And I feel just because it is YouTube, because he was on YouTube. And like I said, I'm just kind of, in a selfish way, kind of glad I wasn't watching him still every day, because I would have been way more like a mess. Because again, that's going to change those people's everyday routines. Like, you know what I mean? It's very sad. Very, very sad. Bring out the gems and precious stones that you've kept inside your heart, hidden even from yourself. Because what I was thinking about with that, what dreams may come is, some of you have told me for dreams before where you're in a dark place and like I'm pulling you up, and that always reminds me of that lower world card. Because again, my spirit gets busy in the dream time helping people with stuff like that. That's probably why I'm always knackered. Never mind the inattentive ADHD. I think it's that. But it's both. But I've had dreams of that too. I've had dreams where I'm literally pulling people out of things or saving them. Again, I'm going to put that thing where one of you said it was from one of the free journeys. I love that review. Thank you. You know who you are, because it's so. That's what I mean. If any of you have had experiences like that and you haven't ever wrote anything, please do, because it really helps people know how real it is. Because some people are still kind of staying stuck, and and my stuff helps if you use it, but some people don't use the stuff. I know a lot of you do, but some people don't. And it doesn't cost money, so there's no excuse, you know what I mean? So like, I can help people that are helping themselves, but if people are just moaning and not trying to help themselves and thinking change is going to happen, it's not going to happen, you know what I mean? You need to help yourself. I didn't move through my dark stuff by not doing the work. Like, I've done the work and I keep doing the work, you know what I mean? It's time to honour your past and recast your life as a heroic quest. As you journey into the lower world, you'll be offered the gifts of your ancestors, their struggles, the way they hurt, the way they lived, and the way they died will all become blessings. Right, I've got to hurry this up now. So, 35. So this is going to be a very deep one for the Scorpio moon, but that's Scorpio moon for you. So this is the... This is the lessons that my words keep going funny. This is the lessons that you've learned. What's ready to mature within you, your great medicine, and it's the medicine wheel. And we've got, you must not postpone your healing. Oh my god! Of course it's that. It literally does say that, guys. You must not postpone your healing journey any longer. Look at what I was just saying. I know it might have been coming through a bit fierce, but again, that's probably because on the day you're watching this, the moon is conjunct my Pluto, the infamous Pluto that I talk about all the time. It's the brutal fucking truth. You might not like it, and if you don't like it, you don't need to listen to it. But some of you do, because it's coming through. You must not postpone your healing journey any longer. It can be difficult to start, but you must find the inner strength to step into the medicine wheel, or you may lose your opportunity. OMG, because of what's come through with other cards. Divine Masculines. You may lose your opportunity. Like, don't be the victim that's like, oh, I've lost them, I can't do anything about it, you know, I'm not going to call or get in touch because I've fucked it. And it's like, well, you know, if you tell yourself that, then nothing's ever going to change. But, and again, I don't know who I'm talking to, I don't know what situations people are in, right? It's just, but that's obvious with that coming out. But because it doesn't need to be about twin flames, but it's a twin flame channel. There are many ways and many paths. Choose the one you resonate most with. Which, again, can I just say, don't beat yourself up if you chose the wrong person. You resonated the most with the other person if you chose them. Most likely because you're in distorted energy or whatever. I know that people don't like these words, but whatever you want to call it, you were in that phase in your life. That's who you resonate with. Now you're changing, you're growing, you're healing. If you're broken, you're devastated. You're now being drawn to your true twin flame. Because that's who I feel I'm speaking to, those people, whether you're male or female. Forgive yourself. Stop beating yourself up. And do something about it, you know, to find out. Again, it's really strongly coming through, isn't it? Or book a session with someone like me that can help you work out what you want to do next. Don't stay stuck. Once you've found it, the only mistake you can make is not to follow it. Go boldly. Not making this up, guys. That's literally what came out. That's the medicine that you can share. The truth that you've come, the clarity that you've come into, represents your possible destiny, the way that you'll share your treasures and gifts with others. Yeah, so that's the medicine that's ready to embrace. They all seem similar, don't they? So, number 2. The undying cross represents the cosmology of the shaman. And again, that's what, oh wow, that's so amazing. That's worth it being longer. That is what I've just described. Like I'm saying I'm a badass with badass boundaries, because that is, I've moved through the medicine wheel. Like I've done that. That's how I'm sitting here. And then even after doing it, I still went through fucking mini versions of it. And that's how I can help other people do it. Yeah. It depicts the four, and again, Scorpio I always associate with the shaman and shamanic energy. So, which not everybody says, but that is what I say. That is the truth. It depicts the 4 cardinal directions, the upper and the lower worlds, and which we've just spoke about. This is amazing. And the steps to reach these realms. The hole in the centre is a gateway to interdimensional travel. The proverbial eye, the needle, we can all go through to experience higher states of awareness and wisdom, to break free of linear time. Because it's all happening past, present, future. Again, I can do a future life regression for you, or I can do a past life regression for you if you're interested in that too. There's lots of things I can do for you, because shamans like to have lots of different methods, and I'm one of them. The Andean cross announces the start to a great journey. It's time to raise your gaze from the mundane day-to-day to that which until now has seemed beyond your grasp. Allow new wisdom to guide you, and stop trying to make sense of it all before you respond with a resounding yes. Literally says that too. Right, guys, I'm going to shuffle these, and then I was going to pull one of these. I've got time. These are very romantic cards. Let's get one of them. distant shores, 18. 18 is the moon in tarot. There's a big full moon on the card, and it's for the full moon. Well, we're in Scorpio moon on this day, so on this night rather, where I live, but wherever you are, and it is for the Scorpio full moon. So something could be about water. There's miracles. A prayer can bring miracles. What have we got? What else? 18 is the moon, though. Secrets coming out. And what do I always say? Scorpio full moon is the one to bring out the secrets. Scorpio full moon, Pisces full moon too, because Pisces is secrets in the 12th house. But Scorpio absolutely is the 8th house in secrets. Painful secrets too. But you can alchemize, and it's what I do every day with my North Node, my destiny in the 8th house. Look out, because again, it annoys me when I see people talk so much, like, because loads of people do it, when about the 8th house being like really dark and everything like that, because it annoys me when people talk about Scorpio being like that. But Scorpio in the 8th house is also alchemy and turning your pain into power and deep shamanic healing, and the shadow integration and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? It's where the hidden gems are. So I don't really tend to describe it like a lot of kind of, I mean, really, it just depends. You're like 555 again, big changes. But yeah, that's how I see it. Look out for the blessings. Look out for the blessings in disguise. So I do feel. Wait a minute. I'm really not liking my makeup just now. But anyway, so let's just. What's on the bottom? Faith. Have faith that all things are possible. Wow. Let's see. 18. It just had let the feminine lead the way. Coming together. This is literally what. This is literally like. Oh God, the 8th house is. Yes, well, you know what the 8th house is. I talk about it all the time. The mother praise. Don't know how that's coming into it, but there's something about that coming in it as well. Well, I think it'll be Mother Mary. 18. Your soul is yearning for more. The divine is all, and there are no limits to what can be experienced by the soul. The soul is so hungry for divine reunion. Oh my God, you're kidding. That's what the 8th house is. That it will seek out whatever is needed to get there, even if that means journeying to strange or exotic shores for expanded experience. You may be feeling this soul impulse to urge to travel, to try something new. That's just come out in other cards. To let go of the limitations of your mind and how you see your current life, and begin to see the new in what was once familiar. The art of the passionate soul is to be able to see that which is new and fresh, even in what is known. Though sometimes we can use the help of fresh vista to inspire the mind and open the heart to be ready to receive more. That, oh my God, please don't tell me it reminded me of the Notebook again, but they are. That is what he says. That's what Noah says as the older man. The greatest loves are the ones that something like inspire us and open us up to more. I'll find it and I'll put it below, or I'll put the clip below, but that's what that's reminded me of. But also, it's like what I just said about going to other people that do similar to you, healers, teachers, mentors, guides, you know what I mean? Like, it opens your mind and gives you, even when it's challenging, if people are different from you, it teaches you patience, tolerance, you know, don't tolerate too much, like, you mean boundaries, all that. It's very interesting. It's very twin flame, yin yang. It's time for you to reach for the distant shores that are calling to you now, beloved. Don't pack your bags with too much, though. This is like my hypnosis. This is like one of my hypnosis sessions. Don't pack your bags with too much. You'll travel light and easy with less baggage, and you'll need plenty of space to receive that which is new. This oracle brings you a message. You will benefit greatly from travel right now. You may travel through the mind, reading journals from faraway lands or times, or watch films that transports you. Maybe someone needs to watch What Dreams May Come. Moving your body to different places is another way, bringing fresh energy from unplugging you for a short time from what you know to plug you into a different circuit. Interesting electricity stuff. So that you may receive different energy. Oh, wait a minute. I think they're trying to tell me as well, because, yeah, Taurus is the opposite sign of Scorpio. Oh, yeah, they are. Taurus is the opposite sign of Scorpio, and Taurus is in Uranus, electricity, and expect unexpected surprises is in Taurus, opposite Scorpio full moon. So it is expect unexpected, intense situations. That's why that's jumping out at me. So when the opportunity to travel arises for you soon, whether it be a jaunt away, far away, or a day in a different place, take it. Don't worry if it doesn't seem practical. The divine is so much more intelligent and capable of genius that mere logic would have us believe. That's 2 cards. I'll see when I watch back, but that's 2 cards that very intensely said, take the steps before it makes sense. It's telling you, follow your intuition. I waited for dawn, not wanting to go, but knowing I would soon have to leave. I waited for the first light, listening, joining with you on each breath and each exhale. I watched as morning came and you gently stirred, knowing our love was not measured in time, not the minutes that quickly passed or the hours as departure approached. How I wanted to linger, how I wanted to tell you that this moment would last forever and whisper one more time, I love you. And then you held me and said it first, and goodbye no longer mattered. That's really deep, guys. That's really Scorpio, and it's an hour, and I've got to go and do something. So I will. Wait a minute. I feel I do. Oh, look, truth is there as well. I think we've got the thumbnail actually. Always be true to yourself and all others involved in a current situation. Yeah, I feel like, again, Scorpio's the brutal truth. I feel there's an honest conversation coming for a lot of you. And again, this can happen whenever, but for this is Scorpio full moon energy. Like I said, I feel things are catching up to real time. And I feel there's definitely something coming through about if you are punishing yourself for things you feel you need to do, like, because keeping yourself away from someone you love because you're like, oh, they'll be better off without me, that's punishing yourself because you're actually probably prolonging someone's pain from staying away. Like, you know, even if it's a closure conversation, like I always say about mine, I'd like a fucking conversation with him if that's allowed. Anyway, moving on. But saying that for all the rest of you too. But anyway, let's just shuffle these two because I've been a daredevil. What have we got? I knew it. I should have said that. I knew it. I knew that card was going to come out. The Lovers. So, do we need to... Where is it? What does that say? I'm sure that just said something significant too. The peril threaded. Oh my God. That's really interesting. God speaks. Yeah, the truth. And I just showed the card. It was about the truth. What do I always say? God speaks through me. I don't say that for no reason. Not everybody says that. That is about telepathy. That's what me and... Oh God, I knew... They always do this in a Scorpio moon. That's what me and mine have got. Whether he's woke up there or not, I don't know. Like, you know, I'll just ask him on the telepathic line. But we have got extreme telepathy. It always comes through when other people do readings, so... Love it. Whatever's going on in your physical lives, your person's always with you. Oh, no, because I said that, we need... I want to treat you the way you deserve, and I've been manifesting you. Oh my God, I've not got time for this. I've actually got to... a minute, I've got to go, but look at this. I'm in love with you. Gonna end it there. I'm in love with you and all these little things. There's so many songs I could have sang there, but that just popped into my head. See you later.